everyone. I am going to be showing you how to set up a Pear Deck and how to utilize it in the classroom. It is a great interactive tool to add to your Google Slides that will help students stay engaged and attentive during your lessons. It will help them be more active participants in what they're learning as opposed to just passively listening to you talk and watching the slides fly by like a TV show. So I'm going to set up a Pear Deck here right from scratch that would be used as kind of like an icebreaker activity in the classroom, maybe on one of your first days. So how you begin a Pear Deck is you click the add-ons, and there's Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. And it will pop up here on the right-hand side. And now it gives you options for questions that you can ask students during the slideshow. Now, if you have a slide deck that you've already created, it's very easy to also ask questions and add questions to a slideshow you've already created just by, well, I'll show you how in a second, but by going by and clicking the slides and adding specific types of questions. So you don't have to create these from scratch. You can add them to already created slideshows. But for the sake of this, I'm going to make one right from scratch. So the first question I wanted to do a little bit of just a check-in. How are you doing? So I have prepared some Schitt's Creek GIFs here that I'm going to want to use. So I've dragged them in. I am going to resize them to nope. Sorry, gotta do it one at a time. I'm going to resize these. Appropriate sizes. Here. You can do this with anything. Now, there was a cool feature, but it's more of the premium version of Pear Deck, where it's a draggable thing. You'll see it here, where the students will have a little icon and they can actually move it onto the thing. But for the sake of using the free version, we are just going to make this a multiple choice. So what I will do is I will maybe number this one 1, this one 2, this one 3, this one 4. Now, obviously, I would make it look prettier than this, but we're going to keep it like this just for now. So what I would do when I'm done with my slide is I would click the choice. So that's adding a multiple choice question. Now, for this one here, I'm simply just going to number them 1, 2, 3, and 4. But obviously, the multiple choice would come in handy for so many other topics that you could do, where you could actually be writing in options here, just like a normal multiple choice question. And I will update the slide. Usually takes a second. So what would happen when the students are joining this Pear Deck, which I'll show you how to do at the end, is they will, when this question comes up on their screen, they will also get a little prompt where they can choose whichever one they want. And if you're ever wondering if you have added a question to a slide, something will happen on the bottom of all the slides that will kind of show you that there is an interactive Pear Deck question added there. I don't know why this is, there we go. Just like this. So students choose an option. So they will get a prompt when this comes up. So there's one way. So that's a multiple choice question. Now, if we wanted to do a text-based question, maybe we can write something like, what is a fun fact about you? For this, any of the text ones are very simple. You ask the question on your slide, and then you click the text. And all that will do, again, when this question comes up, is it will give them a little text box that they can type in and click submit or click enter, and then their answer has been submitted. So that's the text. There's also a number one here. So maybe I'll ask them, how many siblings do you have? And then if I add the number question, same thing. It will just give them a little text box that they can type in a number as well. So there's that. So those are the 3 types of questions that you can get from the free version. If you had the premium version, You can do the draggable, which I was telling you about that you could use for this one, where they would each get a little icon, like a little flag or something, and then they can move it to whichever image that they wanted. There's also draw, which is really fun. So you can, I've done this before where it's draw a self-portrait. So they get a little, like a little whiteboard and they have to like try to draw. There's like colors to choose from and everything. It's very cool. So these are the basic 3 types of questions that you could use when doing a Pear Deck. Now, what's important, once you're finished and you're ready to present for your students, to just do the normal way you would present up here, presenting, won't give you the Pear Deck add-ons. So you actually have to do the add-ons again, Pear Deck, make sure it's open just like it is here, and you have to start the lesson from here, or else you won't get those interactive questions. So if I click Start Lesson, there are 2 options that you have to choose from: student paced, so that means they can click through them as fast as they want, or instructor paced, so they are sticking with you the whole way. This is the one I recommend, or else they will jump ahead. So if I click that, continue. This is what will come up on the screen and what you will share with the students. Now it's similar to Kahoot or something like that, where they have to actually go to the website and type in the code. So the code is, or the website is on PD.com, and then there's always 6 letters there that they will be typing in. Now there's also the option here to just give the students a link. So if you click that and then you copy and paste and put it in the chat, it's a lot easier for them to just click on it. And it will tell you as your students are connecting to it here. And then there's a teacher dashboard. So when the questions come up, you'll be able to see their responses. So that's how they would join it. What I can do now is I can open up a new slide so you can see what the student view is. So this is the student view. This is what they will see when they type in that code or when they open up the link that I give them. How are you feeling today? And then this is what they're looking at. They can't move any further because I haven't moved any further as the instructor. So let's take a look here. If I were to start the class, I click Start the Class once you're seeing that all your students are connected. And I do my little blurb on getting to know each other. And I go to the first slide. Oh, they're not moving like GIFs. Bummer. That's okay. You still get the facial expressions. What the students will see looks like this. So they would choose. They feel like 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let's just say I'm feeling a little Alexis today. So click number 4. It gives them the little check mark that yes, they have responded. And then going back to the teacher view. If I go down here to show responses, I can show everyone what everyone has chosen there. Which is cool. And then I would say, okay, let's go to the next one. There's a fun fact about you. Now in my student view, I have my little text box here. So I could write something like, I can pick up, oh, not literally, I can pick up anything with chopsticks. Because I can. So there's my fun fact. And if I go back to the teacher view, and I go down here to show responses, I will see this. What you're noticing here too is that it doesn't say who said it. So this is a great way for students who are a little bit more shy or who aren't the students who would normally raise their hands in class. It allows them to participate without much risk because no one will know what they said. Obviously, some things also come with that, such as if people are misbehaving, you don't know who said it until the very end of the lesson. So you will get, I think it's a weekly update from Pear Deck that tells you about your engagement, and that's when you can kind of check who said what. So it's a great way to track as well for some formative assessment. All right, so going to the next question. How many siblings do you have? So I would type in here, One. I have one sibling. And it's updating there. It gives them the check mark that they've completed that. Back to my teacher view. I can show the responses. And there. This would also show you kind of like the middle ground, which is cool too. Could be good for some math stuff. All right, and then that's it. So this is Pear Deck in a nutshell. If anyone has any questions about how to set up a Pear Deck or how to use it effectively in the classroom, please feel free to send me an email, ask me any questions. I am by no means an expert. I just started using this last quad and I found that the students really, really liked it. So my email address is amberly_beck@wrdsb.ca. If you have any questions, I would be happy to help. And I hope you use this in your classroom. And stop recording.
Thank you, Amberly, for sharing with us how you use Pear Deck. I know that those tips will be very helpful for anyone starting out or refining their practice with this great tool. If you have ideas for future videos, have questions, connect with us. Have a lovely day.